Eh, my God.
Eh, my God.
Oh my God.
Let's get into it.
Oh my God, GLUs, welcome back to the podcast. We have such a treat for you today. I can't even. I'm on a high. I'm going to be like running and skipping down the street after the interview that we just conducted with the brilliant costume designer of the Clique movie, Mandi Line.
She
Unbelievable.
is next level. Can you notice that we're both a little more dressed up than usual?
No kidding. And
She elevated our game.
Oh, and it's so late here. We're recording. It's after 9 o'clock at night, which usually we record in the daytime. But Mandi is a busy working gal. She truly dialed in from set of her current
Young and the
show.
Restless.
Yes, and I contemplated heavily wearing my fanciest pair of pajamas because after 8 o'clock at night, I'm in my jammies. Do you invest in a fancy pair of pajamas?
No.
Really?
I
That's not
don't.
something you invest in. Okay.
No, it's not at all. It should be, but it's not. I usually sleep, like my clothes go from wearing them to then they go to the gym to then they go to bed to then they go in the landfill. They become Staten Island.
Right.
That's sort of the digression of my wardrobe. No, I don't invest in workout clothes and I don't invest in pajamas.
You and I are entirely different people. I have really nice workout clothes. I have really nice pajamas, and the clothes day to day H&M.
No, see, I'll spend on that or shoes. I will spend on shoes.
Accessories I will splurge on. But you're the best about getting dressed, which now I'm like, I wish we had talked to Mandi about this too, because you're such a style icon, obviously. But you dress just to write at home in your house. Like when we would have our outlining calls, you get ready for the whole day. You put on a cute outfit. I cannot.
But I don't. I do not.
You
It's
put on
a
real
struggle.
pants.
You don't know that. You have no idea what's going on below my collarbone. You have no clue what's going on down there.
Oh my
It's
God.
horrible.
I just feel like you're always in like chic, like you're wearing like mother jeans and
Am
oh,
I?
wow.
Yeah.
What are you wearing, by the way? What is this? Since this is
A
it's
very
so cute.
sweaty Gianni dress.
Like, you're
I
so
mean,
cute.
it is cute, but that's
It's
really
so
it.
cute.
I donated / sold / gave away / stopped at the Real. 90% of my wardrobe is now disseminated among the people of Laguna Beach
Yeah.
and whoever shops on the Real. I got rid of everything this weekend in a garage sale, and I had such a desire to just be free and light. And
Yeah.
now I have nothing. So do I have to go buy it all again? Like, what am I thinking? But there is something that happens when you become a woman of a wise age and the styles that you were drawn to do not work anymore. One, your body looks different. Fact. Sad fact. 2, you're like, is this inappropriate? 3, they're not making cuts for mature, wise women anymore. They're making them for young, flat-abbed assholes.
Well, you know what I struggle with, which I feel like no one makes clothes, and sorry to be crass here, no one's making clothes for big titties. I've always felt
True.
that way. Like everything is made for models who have like a double A cup, like little bee stings, which jealous forever of all of you. No one's making clothes for big titties, and I
That's a
struggle.
good point. That is a good point. So what do you do? What are your go-to styles?
I wear head to toe black every single day because I hate clothes.
But are you a V-neck? You can't do a crew, or do you do? Yeah, you always got a little V, right?
Or I do a turtleneck. I don't know. It's funny, even working with people like Mandi throughout my life and my career, you pick up lessons along the way, and the way that they figure out parts of your body that you like I like my arms. I've never had problems with my arms. So even you'll see at every freaking wedding that I go to, I'm wearing a high neck dress, arms like exposed every single time. That's like my silhouette, because I don't want to deal with like my boobs flopping around. I don't want to deal with like my cleavage being out. I mean, this is like all girls here. Let's just be real. Like my bra size is 30G. It's a lot. It's a lot.
What is that? I don't even know what that means.
I don't
Like,
either.
What is that?
I don't either.
Dude.
It's so scary. It's so scary. And it was like, it's just always been a thing. Dressing for my body and like for my like big old boobs was always such a problem. And even on the Clique, the scenes where I had to do a bathing suit, they had to change it like 4 times.
When did you get your boobies? What age?
Birth. Like, it's just, like, I don't.
You were a newborn with a C cup. Could you imagine the visual?
100%.
So Gross. That is so
No, birth, honestly, it's the worst. No, I was fully a C cup in the Clique, for sure.
You were?
Yeah. For sure.
That's
I was a
crazy.
double D by the end of my freshman year of high school.
And did you ever like it? Was it ever working for you?
It was
You get all this attention you didn't want.
No, it was so embarrassing. I hated. I was Alicia. I related to Alicia so much with that. Like when I was reading the books, because it was like so embarrassing. Because all of my friends were like wearing their teeny tiny little A cup bras that were like lightly padded, and meanwhile I'm like wearing a sports bra and like ace bandaging my titties for auditions. Like, and I have chronic shoulder and back pain, just like for life.
Yeah. So is a reduction in your future?
Thank you for asking.
Babies do you think your babies are going to be born with C cups too?
Probably. God, knowing me. I do have a plan. And the plan is, God willing, God willing, God willing, Baruch Hashem,
Love that you said that.
I have two beautiful children. And then after I have my two beautiful children, that just suck the life out of them. Take them for all they're worth. Like truly suck them dry. And then a fresh look. A chop.
I love it.
Not like,
Good.
I don't think I'll get a reduction or like implants per se, but like Bethany Frankel style, like a lift. I want a lift.
So you're going to keep the size, the integrity,
Somewhat.
or you're going to downsize?
Somewhat. I'll probably my mom downsized. My mom had a reduction.
Really?
Yeah, it's in my future.
That's a power move.
Dude, it was an 8.5-hour surgery. It's a major surgery.
My God.
It is no
It must
joke.
fascinate you that people get big boobs.
I don't understand it. I will never understand it. Like but then I do. I'm just like, well, yeah, if I was a size 2 and I could just pay to have big old tits, then maybe I would. But like, unfortunately, those of us with the real thing most of the time are not a size 2. Okay? Okay? Sucks.
I love how we're supposed to introduce Mandi and we've just started talking about ourselves again. Like we're so far from that introduction right now. We need to walk it back.
Reel it in,
Or
ladies.
reel it in. I mean,
Reel it in.
we have Mandi Line on EhMaGawd today. And for those of you that don't know who she is a costume designer. She is a stylist. She is a force. Let's just name some of her credits because she's got a zillion, but let's talk about the ones that our little EhMaGawders would get so excited about. The GLUs would love this. 90210. Anybody? Sure. The bold type. Loved it. Did
Incredible.
you love that show? Loved it.
I like it a lot, yeah.
Loved it. Charmed. Yeah. Shameless. Did you know that?
Amazing. I did not know
Shameless.
that she worked on Shameless.
Shameless. Drop Dead Divas. 10 Things I Hate About You. Oh my God, is it time to bring our dogs into the mix?
My dog is losing his mind. He's like, this is past our bedtime. Like, what are you doing?
This is Frida. Have you met Frida?
Yes, of course. Hello, baby girl. Mandi is an icon, most known for her work, I would say, on Pretty Little Liars, which she digresses and tells us in this episode that she booked because of the Clique, which I just love that. It all goes back to the Clique. And in this episode, we got into so many topics. We tell a lot of funny behind the scenes stories. We talk about what she's doing now, how she got into costume design, how she started her career in this crazy business. And we asked her what the Pretty Committee would be wearing in 2025 and where they would be shopping. And no big deal. We did get a verbal commitment from her to style the new project if and when it comes to fruition.
Let's highlight, delete the word if, and all caps, bold, underline the word when.
Yes.
When we get a full-blown commitment, we've got everybody on board.
Okay, we've got to talk about something because this is something that I'm very passionate about. Mandi did such an incredible job on the Clique, and I was thinking about this today in terms of the styling. It was so cool, and we did touch on the fact that it still looks current. Like, the clothes are just unbelievable in the Clique movie, and it's definitely over the top. Like, what 7th grader is wearing that? But at the same time, it doesn't look totally out of touch and unrealistic. So I need to talk about the clothes on the weekly torture called And Just Like That.
I don't watch it partially because you constantly tell me how horrible it is.
They look like clowns. They look like clowns. Carrie was walking through the park with Seema the other day, and
Who's Seema?
You don't want to know. The worst, most insufferable character. She's so annoying. They're walking through the park. Seema's holding a fake ice cream cone sideways. Like, it's literally like that ice cream would be on the ground. Prop use 101. What is going on? And Sarah Jessica has on, and I'm not even going to call her Carrie because it's just like that. Carrie wouldn't even wear this. Like, Sarah Jessica has on this hat that is this tall. Lisi, Lisi, I'm going to send you a photo of it. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen. It's like a pink and peach gingham plaid. She looks like strawberry shortcake. Like, and she's walking around Central Park, and it's like, are we expected to believe that this is what a woman is wearing in the park at any age, but especially at this age with her means? She looks like a clown. A clown. So I really just want to again circle back to the fact that I think the clothes in the Clique are unbelievable, and Sex and the City original series. The clothes are definitely over the top, but it doesn't.
Well, they're very comparable. They're over the top, but they're believable. Well, they were the stars of the show. They were their own character, obviously. But they were inspirational. The way I was saying that Lisa Bonet and The Cosby Show was such a fashion influence. It's not that I was trying to copy what she was doing. I don't think people were necessarily trying to copy Carrie or Massey. I think what it does is it shows you that you can be creative too. Like, it just almost gives you permission to break some rules, put things together that would normally not be put together, and have some fun.
Absolutely.
Express yourself. And I think that's what those outfits give permission to. And then when it gets to the next level of it being cartoonish, it's time to stop.
Yeah, it's like you're jumping the shark a little bit. It's taking over to the point where you want the clothes to be part of the focus. And I say in the Clique that the clothes are the sixth main character. And I truly do feel that way. But I don't feel as though the clothes are distracting.
Right. They're not stealing the spotlight.
They're not stealing the spotlight. So anyway, we get into all of this on this episode with Mandi. She is just such a delight. She's so effortlessly cool and fun and interesting and unique. And I've loved her for 15 years. And
she's phenomenal.
She's unbelievable. So we hope that you enjoy this episode with Mandi Line.
I'm dying.
The icon. Stop.
Okay, wait. Let me turn down. It's a little intense in this room. Hi, baby doll.
Stop. Of course, you're like surrounded by wardrobe racks.
Wardrobe.
I'm dying.
I mean, it is insane, right? So I had to set up in here. I thought this would be nice. Lisa, wait. Why do you look like you don't even age? Like, she looks like she's your age, Ellen.
Well, that's what we're going for.
You're so cool. You know, I'm going to close this door because there's another soap opera going on here.
Oh, of course. Mandi, I met you once on the set of the Clique.
On the set.
So,
yes. On the set that was, -2 degrees, and we were trying to cover up poor Ellen because all she wanted to wear was skirts. But yeah, we're good.
Of course she did.
So good.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yes,
Thank you. We know your time is limited.
It is so good to see you. Like, it's been 1,000 years. It's crazy.
You're such a beautiful lady. Are you like married? What is your life? Aren't you like
Ooh.
no?
No.
Good. No. It's fine because you don't even need any of that. I just know that what's her name got married.
All of them are married. I'm the only one. It's so Claire.
It's so Claire.
Like,
you know what? At the end of the day, I realize I'm just Claire. At the end of the day, we're like fucking independent and badass. We all are. That's the new book. I'm so Claire. There we go.
So Claire. Mandi Line, EhMaGawd, welcome to the podcast. We are so excited to have you here. We know you have very limited time, so we're just going to speed right through all the things. Since you're fully on set, you're working right now.
Yes, I am coming to you from Los Angeles in Television City, which is actually a place with television history. I'm the costume designer of Young and the Restless, so it's pretty epic. They shot Sonny and Cher here, Carol Burnett. So this, like, where I'm at, it has got like good energy for what we're doing right now.
Incredible.
I just can't believe the Young and the Restless is still going.
Thank God, because the industry is like, crashing right now, and I'm so grateful to be at a place where every other day some guy takes his shirt off, so it's not a bad place to be.
It is the best soap opera in my opinion. I love The Young and the Restless. I grew up on it. Me too.
Grew up on it, which shows how long it's been on the air if we both grew up on it.
We always laugh. I always say people have been on here for 75 years. It's actually getting close to that long, but let me tell you, the matriarch, the patriarchs, they are thriving. They are just straight to the point. That's why they like me. They're just like, wow, you're honest about everything. So yes, I'm grateful to be with you guys and here.
Oh my God, it's the best.
Great. Well, wait, I have to go back for a minute. We're going to get to where you are now, but I need to know how a newborn baby becomes you. Like, how do you go from baby to woman with phenomenal style, badass? I mean, I have to tell you, to dress like you would be, I dress for Mandi, then I dress for like a gay man, then the gay women, then Ellen, then friends, coworkers, straight men, family.
I love that
that's
straight men has gone down the totem
they're
pole.
the
Thank
bottom.
you very much.
They don't care. But
The
like
very
you would be
bottom.
the most intimidating to me, and I don't. It's you and Malcolm Gladwell are the only two people I'd
Oh
actually
my
try to
God.
impress.
Thank you for saying that. What's funny is a lot of my friends now, people were like, oh, how do you know her? And they always go, tell the story. And I was like, well, I was in 10th grade and she was in 7th. And I truly, one of my friends, Anita, I pulled over. I didn't know her at the time. And I said, hey, my name is Mandi. I know you're new here. I said, but I think you have a lot of potential. I don't know if I should come to you. I'm not kidding you. I told her who she should date, what she should wear, and if I can come to her house after school and go through her closet. Dead serious. She ended up dating that guy for like 5 years. She's got the coolest style now. And she's like, Mandi, you literally kind of made me like do what you needed. She goes, but it helped me out so much because I can't help myself. I truly can't.
Okay, speaking of, wait, can I just intervene?
Please
Should I keep these or return them?
turn them to the side. Okay. They're a little better
rubber.
from the side. I have a shirt from Victoria Beckham that says I can't concentrate in flats. Flats kill me. Like it makes a noise on the ground. Like, like
Yeah.
flats are weird to me. So those are okay because you've got the little platform.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're good.
Moving on.
Long story short, how I got to be me, we grew up really poor. I actually suffer from trichotillomania, which is hair pulling. So I devised, and I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just young. I devised all these ways to cover my hair, and I would make my clothes to hide a secret. Little did I know that secret would become my best asset in life and my career. I modeled for a while and decided that I felt like eating and knew that I understood that fashion world. I got a grant to go to FIDM, and one of my very first jobs was either interning on a movie or working for Structure, which you might know what Structure was, the store back in the day. And I end up interning on a movie. This woman, I had no idea that people dress people in movies. I thought they just showed up. Cut to, I knew I was meant to be where I was. I had an ex-boyfriend call me up about a year into the business, and he said, I remember I was on Sunset Boulevard, got a page. I got a sweet page.
Yeah, you did.
And I called him back and he said, hey, I'm starting to direct music videos. I was like, oh, that's cool. And he said, there's a band, the lead singer I've become friends with, and they need to be dressed. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Bands don't dress themselves. He goes, well, his name's Jonathan. There's a band called Korn. And I was like, oh, nice. I remember saying this. I'm all, nice name. Yeah, they're going to be huge. And back then, there were truly like 5 of the main stylists that did hip hop, rock and roll, hardcore, and pop, right? There wasn't 1,000 of us like there are now. And I kind of became the rock girl. Every new metal band that you can name, I've truly been honored to dress. But back then, I was like, oh, this is just cool. So like Godsmack, System of a Down, Limp Bizkit, all the bands back then. So long story short, creativity turned into education, turned into, I technically dated the right man. So he got me my first job after, still to this day, it's about connections and word of mouth.
Right.
I owe it all
Yeah.
to that, truly. And hard work. If you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to survive.
Well, and she works harder than anyone. I mean, you can't even imagine. Like, when I think about making the movie, you were there the entire time. I don't remember a minute on that set where you weren't there, like, picking and tweaking. And I mean, it was like nonstop.
Because that's the thing. Christian Siriano said this once about micromanaging. He's like, micromanaging has become this bad word, but at the end of the day, it's your product. So it's like you as an actor, you as a writer, is you can have people help you. But if you don't, before it goes on camera, it's like if you didn't run your lines enough or if you didn't edit enough, it's just like at the end of the day, that's the take. That's the take. And if yes, you can be busy, but a lot of designers do go home early or, have a life, except for me. And the Clique can speak to this. Truly one of the most of all the works that I've done. The styling matters. That's why I get hired. And even on Young and the Restless, it's about the earring. It's about the shoulder. It's about the taking, and on the Clique, it was the little things that put us over the top.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's important.
So is that your style philosophy, sort of like do one thing that gives it a pop of make it different? Or how do you approach things? Like,
I like that because just not speaking just about Young and the Restless, but my present job was one of the actors was like, oh, what are you doing on set? And I was like, and this is not against anyone else or anything else. It's just like, if I'm not there to do the tweaks, that's how my fulfillment of my, your last little nugget you put on there. An actor puts an inflection on something, and I really think that it's hard for me to send people out the door without final touches, is what they call it.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. So you were a stylist to the stars, doing the edgy, cool things. How then did you get into film and television? And then how did that lead into doing the Clique?
When music videos, I mean, they paid. I'm not even kidding. I would call my friend. I'm like, oh, we're going to make $3,000 a day. You want to go tour with Three Doors Down? She's like, yeah. So
crazy.
After a while, the music business stopped. The Linkin Park videos were millions of dollars that we had, and so the money kind of went away. In that, the music business is kind of coming back. So I remember talking to that designer I first interned with and going, I think I want to get back into television film. But what I had to do is, I was going from boss bitch getting MTV Music Awards to like, hey, can I assist you?
Right.
And the Leo in me is like, I can do that better. I can totally do that better. But I had to like keep my mouth shut, right? Pay the bills. And so I got back in doing set. And I did set on Charmed, which, oh my God, like forever grateful for.
Amazing.
And really learning more with last minute quick fixes. So how it kind of all happened. So I worked doing more set and more shopping for other designers, knowing that I wanted to do it myself. And so, you get called for day playing, right? You go on this TV show and this TV show. And I was on this TV show called In Case of Emergency. I think it like aired half a season.
Okay.
And one of the actors, and I was doing set, was really rude to me. And I remember I cut my hand, and my hand started to bleed like on his shoe or something. And he was looking at me. He's like, ew. And I looked up and I was like, ew. And he was like, you need to get out of here with that blood. And I went to the designer with that blood. And I go to the designer. I said, Michelle, I love you. I said, I'm doing, I'm kind of doing a favor, but I'm still working for her. But I know that I was meant to do something bigger. And it was very hard for me to be an assistant. I said, I got to go. Your actors are assholes. So the next day, I was at the dentist's office. A director saw me, and this is why like being shy sometimes could work against us, even though you don't have to be as loud as me. To get to the point, there was a guy at the dentist. He said, oh, you work on a case of emergency. I said, well, not anymore. And he goes,
there was an emergency.
There's an emergency. Get the fuck out of here. And get the hell out of here. And he said, great. He said, I'm doing a TV show called Greek for ABC Family, and the designer needs some help to make it cool. I said, oh my God, great. So he goes, I'm going to have you meet with the producer. I met with the producer the next couple of days. The producer, and back then we would have our portfolios. I was like, oh, I got a little portfolio here.
Yeah.
Showed my portfolio. It happened to be that she had a 12 and 13-year-old son. I guess I walked out the door, and the kid said, Mom, if she can dress Linkin Park, she should design your show. So the producer saw in me, which, as an actress, that's all you want, is someone to see in you potential of taking over and stepping up. She called me a couple of days later and she said, I'm sorry, but we can't hire you to assist. And I was like, oh my God, it's Christmas time. I just want to work. And she said, we would actually like you to meet the producers and the director. We would love for you to design the show. So I don't know what happened to the designer, but if anyone knows Greek kind of start to put me on the map of doing young and cool. And, then I crossed paths with Michael Lembeck, and he was just like, you come with me. And was I on I wasn't on Pretty Little Liars yet, was it? I think the Clique.
No.
The Clique got me Pretty Little Liars. I know that helped change my career.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It totally did.
How cool is that?
God. Yeah.
Okay, so I need to know the process now of how you go from you're hired to do the Clique to the most amazing wardrobe ever. What is your process? You get hired, now what?
I really wish I could remember like the origin of, I knew it was Lembeck saying, I need you. Who the heck are you? You're going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I think honestly, in my 20s, I think it was it Clique 2007? No, what was it?
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
So I had just done Greek 2007 and then Clique 2008. In your early 30s, your late 20s, I don't think I even had something in my head where I was nervous. I was like, yep, this is my job, right? It's like that.
Absolutely.
don't have all the trauma in your life to question yourself. You're like, I got this. Of course, this is my job.
Right.
So you read the script as a costume designer, you read the script, you break it down, you look at the days. Now, this is based off of, a huge following. I don't even think I knew how big the following was on the show because social media, right? We didn't really have that.
Right, no. And I've had to even explain this to Lisi, which is crazy because she wrote the entire series. But I'm like, you don't understand. When I was in 7th grade, you would look around homeroom and the whole room would be plaid books. I mean, it was everyone was reading the Clique.
Wow.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge.
How old were you when you declare? Or how?
I turned 14 on the set.
Stop it.
I know. And you're talking about doing it at that age. Do you know how old I am now? Can you do the math? I'm 31.
No.
Can you?
Lisi, this is what she doesn't realize. When you're this age now, you're just like, oh my God, everyone.
I know, you're a baby. I'm like 45, baby. Like,
I used to hate when people go, you're a baby. Now I realize why people say that.
Yeah.
I love hanging out with my dad at his golf club now because I'm like, that is the only time I am a
You
baby.
feel young, right?
I'm like, look at that young thing.
There was on some show not that long ago, I looked around. Oh, that's what it was. I was doing Monarch and I looked around the room and I went, oh shit, I'm officially the oldest. This is crazy.
What about when your doctor's younger than you?
That's and
Doctor.
the teacher. I know.
Great, anyway.
I know. You're wondering if he wants to go for older ladies. Well, it's funny on this show now. I've got all these hot guys, and like in the fittings, I remember like after like a 2 weeks or 3 weeks of being on here, and I was like, they all respect me. This is weird. Like, why isn't anyone being offensive or telling me I'm hot?
They probably all think you're hot, but they're going to go to jail if they tell you, which is tragic.
You're
because
right.
We need to
You're
hear
right.
it. I'm all for a little bit of workplace inappropriate.
Sexual harassment is on the out list.
I know.
I
It's on
miss
the
it.
out. It's fine.
I haven't gotten a compliment since the 90s. Now everyone's locked down. I'm like, it's okay. I want to wear a sign that says you can't offend me.
Back to your question, you get the script, you break it down, you put it into days. And I did know by the gravitas of the people that hired me how important it was in planning their looks. You know, definitely you want to see who's cast. That's huge. Even though you have the books, I'm not the biggest reader. It's just not because all I do is read scripts. So on my off time, I don't read. But I remember getting the books, doing as much as because if I'm not mistaken, it was a very fast process. It wasn't like there was a lot of prep or a lot of shoot, right?
No, I booked.
Low budge.
It was low budge, and I remember. Well, what's crazy, and we've talked about this a million times, so I'm not going to bore the audience. But our casting process was like 6 months long.
Wow.
We were in auditions forever. The second that we booked, it was like you have a fitting in 2 days, and that you were the first person that I met before any of the cast or
That's
anything.
right.
And so we had our fittings. It's so funny because when I think back on the entire experience of making the movie, my fittings come to mind, like at the front of my mind, because I remember you and I, with my mom was there, of course, and Mo. You, me, my mom, and Mo.
That's right, Mo.
And
Right.
Who's Mo? Who's Mo?
She was like my assistant designer.
Okay.
Yeah, she was awesome. We would go through those racks and truly pick out the ugliest things that we could find and then put them together and make ourselves laugh for hours on end.
We laughed, and that's the thing that comes to mind with this one. So, I know people know your personality from this podcast and following you. Fitting all the girls, everyone was so different. You know, Samantha was soft, and everyone had their different personalities.
Yeah.
Ellen came in the room. She had this energy of like a sarcastic, like 36-year-old. Like and her mom's funny too. So I realized that a lot of it comes from her mom. Yeah. And it was like, you have these actors that are actresses, and you have this person that came and who I found out to be this amazing Broadway star with this voice. But she comes in as if she's like, hey, anything you would throw at her, you made me laugh. We were cracking up in the fitting. I do remember there wasn't a time where I struggled or I thought, because sometimes I'll struggle internally and not let anyone see me, and it's like finding the balance and finding to make this many people happy. And it was so cool with you and chill with you. And actors will tell you, like you said, sometimes the first person that they meet, they take off their clothes. They are so vulnerable to who they are that if we can't help them find the character, it's almost like, whoa, maybe I wasn't thinking this right. You know, it's nice to have a validation to that.
So is there a collaboration between you and the actors to come up with the style, or is it you predetermining it and then hoping they like what you pick? How much of it is a joint effort?
Okay, so this could be different with the different ages. You know, she was so young. You know, I mean, now everyone's like, well, my daughter think this is cool on TikTok. I was like, if you have a daughter, I don't want to talk to you. If you have a child or a husband. Because I always say with costumes, they have an opinion because everyone gets dressed. I was like, just because you have clothes on doesn't mean you know what you're doing. So there was, you know, people coming at me with different ideas. And I just remember you have a director saying, do you, go big or go home, go big or go home. Like we are going to blow this out of the water. We're taking these words and we're taking this book and we're exaggerating it. You know, the only kind of fear I had was I remember looking up the books and looking up the characters, and you're always going to have like, oh, that girl doesn't have red hair. She had red hair on the book. And they did that with Pretty Little Liars too. But the collaboration starts, you know, with the director, the producers, and then you look at who you have cast. You look at their bodies, you get their sizes. And I think when they're younger, I don't know if I had too much of a conversation ahead of time, but I tried to. I don't remember if I did with you, Ellen, or your mom.
No, I just remember us having so much fun, and you would say, okay, do you like this or the skirt? I'm like, she's such a dork. She would wear a skirt. You know, like she needs to be in a skirt. Because, like, who's wearing a skirt past the age of 7? Like, only
and that's
Claire.
what it was. It was definitely, and then in the movie, the mom goes, I got you this. And you're like, oh, the mom does shop for you. Like she does do your shopping. So you think of the backstory, even though there was a story with your words, there's even an internal backstory that no one really ever sees.
Right.
In every job that you do. And then when you're in the fitting, sometimes that cast will come to you. I like really young or older. I don't like this age where they're opinionated. I like the two different. So I was like, oh, you know, you're going to have too many opinions. But I also know when it's not comfortable. Ellen was so professional, even though she was like -7. You could tell. You could tell if something didn't work. And you could also tell that she got Claire so much that she was okay without being perfect. You were okay without being cool, even though that was the character. Sometimes actors are like, I know I'm supposed to play dorky, but I don't want to look it.
There's vanity involved. Yeah, well, and I had to force them to cut my bangs. They didn't want to give me bangs, which is crazy. I was a fan of the book series, and I'm like, the bangs are mentioned on every page. She's got to have bangs. Like, it's a non-negotiable.
It set you apart in a way, and it wasn't like cool layered bangs. It was like, bang, you know.
Straight across.
Everything that you did, like, oh my God, the pink belt on the outside of the green shirt. I laughed so hard because in my mind, Claire's like, yeah, got it. This is it.
It's so funny. Now that we're doing all of this stuff, I've rewatched so much of the movie over the past few years, and the clothes are still so fabulous. Like, you look at them and it's like, it doesn't read like 2008.
Dated.
Like, ooh,
no.
It doesn't look dated at all. Like,
thank you. I just showed my crew and I was like, you know what? I'm going to look up these girls. And of course, it was when you guys walking down the hallway and one of my coworkers was like, dude, that is rad right now. And but I think that's where the book, the cast, the directing, on allowing, like on Euphoria. The reason Euphoria was so good is because the creator will say, my friend Heidi will show him something and he'll go more. And she's like, really? And on ours, it's just like, go more, because I think people are watching film and television and they're wanting to get outside of what they see in the mirror. And even though these girls were young, I think that's why it's also stood the test of time, because people still love to, imagine themselves.
And people ask me all the time, they're like, were they really designer clothes? I'm like, yeah,
they were. That's
sure
what I told her.
Yeah.
They actually were. And I don't think I had been on a show at that time that I don't think I did the nanny, but I was on the nanny, but like as a PA. So I never like picked out high price items, but I remember for Bridget, I picked out like a Parenza show. I did. It was the high price items. I was like, wow, I haven't been on a show where like that was such a focus.
It was so fun. I remember my makeover look was like a Dolce & Gabbana, like sheer top.
Right?
It was so fabulous. It was
felt
so fun.
So good. Oh my God. As I'm talking to you right now, Ellen, I can't stop. I'm cracking up thinking about Chris Albee. Was that his name? Albee?
Chris Abley.
Abley.
Chris Albee.
I can't believe you remember it at all. It's impressive. I barely remember it.
because he was so handsome and he was like riding on a horse. And one of the camera guys, Josh, who I ended up like kind of dating for a minute, he was like, what about like, what if Chris Avery had a spinoff? Like, that'd be so awesome. And so, like, all the camera guys was like, who is this guy riding on a horse who looks like he's 30? Like, totally off subject, but I just can't even look at her without thinking of like just different times that are coming up.
It was
oh my
so
God.
silly. Like, we had so much fun, but you really did. I mean, the clothes are still so fresh and so fabulous. And I'm curious if you have a favorite look from the movie that comes to mind. Yeah, I'll give you like a few. You don't have to pick just one because I know they're all your babies.
Okay, I do. Oh, God. Oh, you know who I loved? Like, a lot. Her clothes. Lane, is that how you say it? Laney?
Oh,
Lane.
Lane, the best.
So
The best.
people always say, "Oh my God," and I love Lucy Hale, I love Aria, I love my PLLs to the end of time. But I remember people are like, "Oh my God, Lucy Hale, her outfits are so risky and crazy," and I was like, "No, where the origin of someone like that came from the Clique." So oh God, I love doing her wacky ass outfit. So I do have to say, everyone I have like one for, but I really love Lane when she was like painting. Oh my God, even at the end.
Yeah.
When she's got the hat, she's got the fur. Oh my gosh.
She was my favorite to write also. Always my favorite because she was just weirdo and did not give a shit. Like she was the only one that just was so uninhibited and truly creative. The other girls, they were how creative were they if they're wearing all designer clothes? Whereas Lane had to really, she was expressing herself from scratch. So she was the most fun.
Your writing is so, now that I'm talking about this years later, we reflect on mental health and all the different types of people in school. And it's really kind of refreshing to understand that or to remember that you put someone that you have, Claire, that almost didn't know she was dorky and still loved, like was a good human and was like, why are you guys being like this? Like, I don't know why this. And then you have Lane that was like, I don't care about all y'all. You know what I mean? So you have these strong characters that wouldn't necessarily be the strong characters. And obviously I know that's what kind of this all is about. So like, okay, so back to favorite outfits. I love hers.
Bridget with the stripes, loved.
Yeah.
God,
Wasn't there like
remind me, what was the
black
stripes?
black and white thick stripes with some red in there?
Red hat.
Oh my God.
I loved I loved all of
Oh.
Elizabeth's clothes too. The cream colored pleated top with the bow tie.
You're so right. The preppy. And here's the thing is, I'm not going to say that I'm a one trick pony, but Elizabeth's outfits is Spencer very much from Pretty Little Liars. That preppy thing going on. So I took a lot of this show really opened my brain to be like, all they could do is say no. When I interviewed with Pretty Little Liars, I was like, if you allow me, I can make this the best dress show on TV. But you've got to allow me to be me. So I almost think maybe I was spoiled, or maybe it helped me pave the way for my personality. The Clique really allowed me to be me. And, all of us didn't.
Yeah.
It was go big or go home. All of us in every scene, we were giving everything.
Well, let me ask you, I have to know one thing though, because on that topic, growing up, because I have my answer and I bet that it's similar to yours. Who was your TV style icon when you were a teenager? I could say like 1, 2, 3, let's say it at the same time. Was it Lisa Bonet from Cosby Show?
God, she's so fucking cool. I got my ears pierced with her, by the way, back in the day. She'll probably never remember me.
Of course you did. But she was doing the thing that you're doing, or whoever was dressing her was doing what you're doing, which is just, it's so fresh and creative.
I love that you said that. I do boards of her all the time when they're like, we want somebody unique. And I was like, here you go. You know what? God, it's me. And people always say this, like, who was your idol? Who'd you look up to? I don't know how this is going to sound. I didn't strive to be like anyone else. I never really did. I just strived to take, like, right now I could say Betsy Johnson, Anna Sui, all these, Jean Paul Gaultier. So I think in my head it was like, how do I take a mishmash? And that's my icon, like, didn't have a face. It was just like, I like her hair. I like his clothes. I like this. How do I take all the things that I love? Like if you think of Pat Field, right, from Sex and the City, she would give you a lot of punk rock influences, but I don't know if she would ever say like one. I think it was, what do you say, like amalgamation of all these like and I can just shoot that out with my powers of like, oh, here's this person and this person.
It's almost like writing. I'm given all the words in the English language. You're given all the clothes in the language, and you're creating looks the way I'm creating sentences and paragraphs is you're taking all these little elements or ingredients,
Ah,
and what your magic is the way you, Mandy, specifically combine them that is different from how anyone else would specifically combine them. And that's
Yeah.
your voice, so to
Right.
speak.
we hope to all, have that individuality. I think, these days it's really hard for so many people to really make their mark because people are like, oh, that's like so and so. Oh, that's like so and so. And the poor artist is like, I mean, being an actress, being a writer, you're like, no, it's actually me.
Just to circle back to what y'all are both saying, it is interesting with anything creative because all you're doing is pulling references all the time. You can't narrow it down to just one influence. I feel the same way when people ask me about singing. They're like, who's
Right.
your biggest singing inspiration? I'm like, oh God, like where do I start? I could go Streisand to Celine to Freddie Mercury to this person on Broadway that you've never heard of to a million other people.
Asking a band, who do you sound like?
Yeah.
I've heard they're like, I don't ever want to hear that's not that your question wasn't amazing. It was just like, I think as an artist, we are just affected by our environment. Because I mean, look at the characters on the Clique. That is for me, my shopping addiction and styling addiction and sewing addiction only can go to what, so how do I get out my addiction and still remain healthy as a human? Oh, that's right. Become a costume designer. So, I got my fix with so many different characters on the Clique. So I think that's why I'm meant to be in soap operas, because I've got so many personalities. Now, if I went to a show where I was like, oh, they're just like college kids that aren't aspirational, I think I might like internally combust because
Yeah.
I mean, truly, the Clique spoiled me on checking all the boxes of. It's like when people go, "Don't you want to do a period show in the Western?" I was like, "No, I just want to do a grown-up Clique."
Yes, well, that's what we're hoping for. Speaking of, so we're writing the Grown Up Clique right now, Ellen and I. It's called State of the Reunion. The original Clique series, the girls were dressing in all this designer stuff because they had rich parents who bought it all for them.
Yeah.
Now the characters are 27 and they are not being supported by their parents. The question is, how do we service that itch for the reader? We all have it, and I want to write it, of still making it a very stylish wardrobe, forward story, make it realistic of what those girls would be wearing today. And so any input you have, you can help shape the new novel.
Let's just like hypothetically think, right? So say you have young girls in high school. I mean, that their parents are giving them money, and by the time they get out, the parents are like, "You got to get your own job. I'm not going to support you." I've been around girls like that. So you watch them, eat ramen and struggle and go on these bad dates and try to figure out. But the one thing that they will falter on and that they will fail on is credit card bills and secretly buying, so I think that maybe Claire's character ends up saving money, and because it's like all the different people, what would their personalities be like? So you might have Elizabeth like putting on the show of everything's together, and you see her. It's almost like Sex in the City when Carrie's in a shit mood, she comes back with 10 bags. And but I think that could be, a funny thing, whether she like someone on the Clique went on a date and got stood up and she's like, whatever, I'm going to go shoe shopping. I think women, we still do that. When I feel like I'm aging, I will buy the stupidest face cream or some new earrings or like, those are the funny moments where we treat ourselves. And it's also with the little things. Let's say, we brought back a reminiscent necklace or something that reminds the viewers of like, oh yeah, she still wears those boots like that
charm bracelet. Yeah,
right. And I think that's where you can give those nuggets of this is the other thing too that the Clique and Pretty Little Liars has brought to the world is I love when people say the characters in the Clique, oh, Claire would never do that, so and so would, that means we've done our job. Is when someone will go into the mall and go, oh, that's so messy. Oh, that's so Aria. And so when you watch them you're writing the new book, if and when it gets turned into a movie, it's even if they don't have money, Massey still wouldn't choose some, that girl would wear out a designer thing till it had holes in it before she bought something cheap.
But she's probably getting it from the Real Real. And I'm already
You
seeing
nailed it.
her like
Yeah.
buying somebody else's thing from the Real Real, not knowing it and being totally humiliated.
Oh my
Like, I'm
God,
already
right?
like,
And
here
someone
we
that's
go.
already worn it.
Like
That's
her enemies, like
hilarious.
old, like shoes.
Yeah.
I think, you know what's funny that you say this because I just been rewatching the Sex and the City, and it's all those moments that we think we're like pulling off life and then we fucking crash and burn. And I
Right.
think at
Story of
that
my
age,
life. There's nothing. Hubris is the funniest thing ever.
It's
yes.
so true. So, in terms of style for the Pretty Committee in 2025, what brands, like, where are they shopping? What do you think they're wearing? Where are they sourcing these clothes from? Because I'm purely picking your brain just for like my own selfish needs for research for the book.
Is it vintage? Like it, I mean, tell us where to shop.
Also, tell us where to shop.
Tell us where to shop. I'm so uninspired.
Okay, so here's the sad state of the world today is the Pretty Committee, whether they're 14, whether they're 30, a mall would have been a place to go. Neiman's would have been the place to go. The problem with stores right now is in our reality, they don't have the inventory they used to have. It's not that meeting place anymore. Everyone is doing online. So I am constantly, like for me personally, let's just say R13 is my favorite line. I'm constantly looking on sales, and I hate that I'm saying the Pretty Committee shopping online, but I think in 2025, it truly is about, yes, there's the it bag, yes, there's the it shoes, yes, there's the it jeans, but there's no more shame in getting it secondhand. It's not, there's no, like the Outnet, the Real. God, I did Net-a-Porter, Revolve, and Forward are everything because you get it next day. You know what I did the other day is I was on Magnolia, which has all like 50s,
Yes.
40s, 50s, 60s vintage.
Yes.
I spent all day there yesterday and I got
Love it.
all these chains that were 50s, but I'm turning them into like hood change and big old hoops. So
Oh,
I
I
think
love those stores. Did you go to Play
I do
Clothes?
too.
That's
Where I
favorite.
was at. I was out there for so long. I think I walked
Incredible.
out, and it's so funny. I think I dropped like $3,000 there yesterday, and one of the earrings had like a little loose clip. I was like, "Hey, can we like knock this off?" She's like, "Nope." I was like, "Cool." So
damn.
I just dropped a lot of money. Like she's gangster there, but that place was packed. So I think in 2025 they still hold their roots, but I think the uniqueness is that find now. It's not necessarily what everyone has. Yeah, maybe that they all have the nails or the lipsticks, but I think it's that find, which is key for me. It's like such a hunt, but like yesterday, just I felt so fulfilled because I hadn't gone to Play Clothes in years. So
Oh, it's the best. It is the
What is
best.
it for the listener? Can you please tell us?
It's just like a vintage fever dream of a store. It's incredible. You've got to go. It's in Burbank. Like, yeah, it's like
I have to go.
yeah.
you have
I
to go,
have
but
to
you
go.
also have to go with the mindset of patience. Well, I mean, it's fucking crowded and digging, and you got to wash your hands. Like,
I'm gonna have to
it's
take
just
like my ADD medication for
right.
sure.
You do that. You can have a drink afterwards or before. But yes, I think it's a day because I thought I could just go pop in and out of there. I was like, oh my God, you guys are closing soon. What am I doing? I think it's those nuggets, those little, like even Wasteland's still dope. I like.
So good.
Yeah, I gotta. So and not to discredit like a great Nordstrom sale, a great Neiman sale, a great Saks sale. Like you can't beat those sale racks. You're like, wow, this literally was $2,000 and now it's 150. So you just have to have, I think, patience. And I find that I'll get a lot of Instagram or Facebook brands. I'm not loving this fast fashion, and I know that it's getting better, but it's fast. That's what it is, and it doesn't last.
This sweatshirt, did you cut the sweatshirt? Did you do that
This
yourself?
is R13 because
Love it.
and a note to everybody as far as shopping, just because it's trendy doesn't mean it's cool. So this necklace I invested in, I wear this all the time. It's a Saint Laurent, but literally I watched it go on sale, on sale, on sale. It was 1,800, and then I got it for stupid price. But this is R13 and it's some, but the reason
I
this
love
is cool
it.
is not this like one cold shoulder. It's because it's like crooked. It's like, oh, I go sideways.
Love it
Yes.
so much.
I love it. That's what I need. I need to be reinvigorated. I live in a beach town and everything is the same.
Where do you live?
I live in Laguna Beach, so I need to drive up to LA and do a day.
She like fancy, Ellen. She's fancy.
So not fancy.
But that's
She's-
why you're pretty and you have this glow. Ellen, you're in Chicago?
No, I'm in Austin.
But you're in cool. Isn't Austin like super cool?
Austin's super cool. Yeah, it's super
You
cool.
guys have great shopping out there.
Austin's not so great. Houston and Dallas, you kind of gotta go. There's some good vintage shopping here and some, but it's expensive. It's all like crazy high-end boutique-y, like expensive stuff. Like there's not really good finds. If you want to shop, you either go to Houston. There's insane
Okay.
shopping in Houston, insane shopping in Dallas, like at North Park Mall. It's like the biggest mall ever. It's incredible.
All grown up, but you're still so like you're so young in your little
know.
cherub face.
Yeah,
Oh
she's
my
a
God.
Gerber baby. She's a Gerber baby and a 65-year-old.
Literally,
man.
literally, right? Weren't you a Gerber baby? Literally, right?
No.
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 Who was it? Maybe it was like Ashley Benson or somebody I know was literally the Gerber baby. It's probably her. Now that I think about it.
Probably her.
Yeah, I could see that.
That would track. That would absolutely track. No, thank you. It's like, it's so funny to talk to you because it feels like not a minute has gone by. It's just like, and we're back. Yeah. it's the
Truly,
best.
truly. Who else have you talked to?
We just did an episode with Elizabeth and we've also
Okay.
talked to Sophie.
Love
Samantha and I
that.
like had a big night out in New York a couple years ago. Yeah.
Stop it. Oh, I love it. I love
It
it.
was fun. Like the girls were out in Soho. We had a good time. Yeah.
Hell yes, as you should be. She's like, now she got married too? No.
Yeah. Yes, everyone's married.
Oh, God. See, in my head, because she was like literally like 7 on the show, right? She was a baby, wasn't she?
Yes. Yes.
She was such a little
She's
baby.
a
What about
baby.
Bridget?
She's
Did you
running,
talk to her?
She is running the world. She went to MIT. She has a PhD. She's not even in show business anymore. She's a scientist. It's incredible.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Incredible.
She was the one, she was like, so you had you that was mentally a little older, but you had Bridget's energy where she was like, I am a woman. And she was very like, she's funny, but she was very like,
very
serious.
serious. Yes.
Yeah, but now I know why, because she's a genius.
Super smart.
Yeah.
She was going, when we were filming the Clique, she was doing her, like, I was taking bonehead classes from like a charter school program, like barely doing school. Bridget was doing online school at Stanford as a freshman. Genius. Yeah.
Wow.
The
You're
rest
like,
of us are
I'm taking home ec and fucking wood shop.
I'm
We're
like,
good.
no, I'm taking like a fake film class and like writing a paper about Amadeus. Okay. That was my education. So yeah, it was an incredible time. Well, Mandi, I know you've
Wow.
got to get back. Thank you so much for
Thank
taking the
you.
time to talk to us. This was such a treat.
My heart's breaking. I wish I could I just know that I'm closer to you now. Seeing both your guys' faces, and I mean this, Ellen. Now that I truly see this face to face, I have the giggles inside of me, and I know I'm just gonna. These little moments of our fittings are gonna pop up because you were just down to do it, and I appreciate you being that human. Please tell your mom hi.
Of course.
Say yes, I loved her.
She was the best. She'll be very happy to hear you say that because I told her this morning
Please.
that we were talking. She's like, I love Mandi.
No, she would come in and she'd be speak out. Listen, I'm so tired right now. Where we can get some hot chocolate? It's freezing. So cold here. Like we would just sit and just
my
I
God.
needed her. Yeah,
The
that was awesome.
best. The
Oh my
absolute
God.
best. Well, thank you so much for taking
Mandy,
the time to
thank
talk to
you.
us.
You're incredible.
welcome.
We're so
We
grateful.
love you so
thank
much.
you.
So here's the deal. I'm gonna ride the soaps till the end of time. I will take a break to work with you guys. 1,000,000,000%.
Perfect. Perfect.
I'll
the
sign that
best.
shit right here. Actually, I learned a word from Killer Mike from that band Run the Jewels. He said the other day, he said bet. And I was like, oh my God, what does bet mean? That means you can bet on that. We're good. So bet.
Bet. Okay,
Bet.
bet.
Well, Mandy's going to be dressing adult Clique. We'll see you there.
You're the best.
Bye,
Thank you.
Bye, guys. So
Love
good to
you.
see
Bye.
Bye.